That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
It's Division I football! Go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
But, you know, I am going to try, and there will be some people inconvenienced. And if it happens to be their fat little girlfriends, too bad.
Twitter, radio.
Yeah, I'd give a rat's ass about Twitter.
All right, welcome to the Jake and Bake. Week 8 is in the books. Week 9 is coming up. What a shitty but crazy weekend it was.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State is dead. They're dead.
Oh my gosh.
Oklahoma State's dead. You didn't even know I was gonna open the show like that, but you guys are dead, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain about the team. I mean, stuff happens. I don't know how Drew Brown doesn't get a shot at least. Give him a chance. I mean, can't have a player that has 8 turnovers in 2 games and is averaging, 3 or 4 turnovers in Big 12 play. I mean, that's just absurd. So, I guess we'll see what happens. The biggest thing about Oklahoma State right now, the big question that nobody's asking is, where's Calvin Bundage?
Oh, wait a second. No, I thought the biggest question was going to be, why is Mike Gundy not officially on the hot seat? Why?
Well,
I mean, I get it. He's an alum. I get it.
Yeah.
He's an alum. He's rooted into the tradition. He is Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Gundy, the freaking hair. He's Oklahoma. The mullet. He's Oklahoma State. I get it. But at what point do you want to start winning?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, but see, here's the thing.
And he has. I get it.
He has the lifetime contract.
Yeah.
And all that. There's a lot of
you can get around
jazz
those
around
you can
that.
get out of.
Sort of.
You can get out
but,
of contracts.
Well, here's the problem is
one
that
side's got to die.
If we fire Gundy, then what?
No, you would have to mutually talk him into. It would have to be a very persuasive speech.
Oh, forced retirement?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
dude, pull an Urban Meyer. Just retire. It benefits the school, and then go to. You don't want to hear me say it, but anywhere else.
Yeah, but
and I say this. We went up there. It was my first tailgate ever. We went up you invited me up for homecoming and hoops. It was homecoming. Awesome. That was awesome to see.
Yeah, homecoming is a different kind of thing.
You guys tailgate, pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
thought it was awesome. Pretty good. I thought it was great.
Yeah, to be honest,
and then the whole like walking around Stilly.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool tradition that you guys got going on, and I'm not bashing Oklahoma State. I'm just saying, when you have a player that 2 weeks consistently throws and turns over the ball, throws interceptions and turns it over, and the question isn't even being brought up of why are you continuing to keep this quarterback in, and when it does get brought up, it's just like there's no real answer. If you're not going to give a real answer, like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I think he's just. I mean, in my opinion, I think he's forcing it. I think the thing is
Gundy or Sanders?
Gundy.
Both.
I think
Really?
Gundy is forcing Sanders because, it's always that thing of Gundy in his head is probably thinking that, hey, if I bench Spence, what's that gonna do to his psyche, to a freshman? And
I could get turned into the dummy here, and next year, Gundy's still around and Sanders is still around, and he has this year under his belt, and Sanders plays like a Heisman,
Yeah.
Like that could happen.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, at this current point, dude, both those last 2 games, Texas Tech and Baylor, especially with a bye week in between, because the first time against Tech, Gundy, I think you said, used that excuse, I worked him too hard.
Yeah.
Then you have a bye week. Well, now what's the excuse? Because you just had a bye week. You know? So
Yeah.
what's the excuse? 2 straight weeks. I mean, you guys should have never lost to Texas Tech. You shouldn't have lost to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
And the way you did, having those turnovers in the first half and not pulling them, I mean, we were sitting there watching it like, when is he going to get pulled?
I think, honestly, that's the problem is that we've lost 3 games this year, and we were leading by 10 against Baylor. We had 5 turnovers to 0 turnovers against Tech, and we lost to Texas by 6 with 2 turnovers. I mean, we've had massive turnovers. We're the last in the Big 12 in turnover margin, and we have 3 losses all within games that we were either winning or in contention of winning. And I think that's the excuse that they're rolling with of that, oh, well, we could have won these games, so let's not change too much
But
instead of,
those turnovers, a lot of them were like
Oh, there's Spencer Sanders' fault. There's
100%
no
his
doubt.
fault.
Oh,
like
yeah.
8 of 8. On turnovers, he went 8 of 8 at fault rate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there might have been one.
I'll
think
give him the
there
benefit of the doubt. I'll
there
give him
was-
one just for a buffer.
Yeah, there
But,
was
like-
one pick at Texas Tech when the game was over that he threw, and Dylan Stoner reached out, and it hit Dylan Stoner in the hand,
Okay.
and it came over
All
and
right.
picked it off.
We could
That
argue,
was
we
one-
could argue that.
But the
But you
thing
can still
is,
argue his bad throw.
he still had 4 before that
Yeah.
that
Exactly.
were bad,
Terrible.
that were his fault.
And I mean, I thought you guys were really in it. Obviously, you guys were winning.
Yeah,
against
we were
Baylor, a lot
up
of it.
10.
But you guys were
for
in that game up until like what? The later half of the third quarter.
fourth quarter, fumble 6.
That's right.
The
yeah.
fumble 6 in the fourth. We were down 4 with the ball. Spencer Sanders rolled out, tripped over his own feet, fumbled the ball. Baylor picked it up, scored.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
right after that,
And that's the other thing is with Baylor, actually even with Texas Tech, but especially with Baylor, I noticed it a lot more. One, because we were at the game, but the plays against Baylor that they were scoring on, like for specific drives, it was a drive that had a big play in it. You
Yeah.
know, if you guys gave up a big play, they scored. If you
Yeah.
didn't give up a big play, they didn't. That was
Yeah.
pretty consistent.
yeah, we played.
And I get that. I mean, that sounds kind of
No.
basic, but like that is
that's
how
exactly what
because
happened.
they could after that they were getting those big plays, were bringing them into the 10,
Yeah.
into the 15,
yeah,
consistently
they had
from the other side of the 50. They weren't just like 20-yard plays.
Yeah, in the second half, they had 4 40-yard plays
Yeah,
or more.
Hey,
40
that's
yard
exactly
plus.
what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I think I want to say probably 3 out of those 4 were it brought them into the red
Yeah.
zone. And I honestly think there was at least 2 of them that brought them within the 10.
Yeah, I don't really bash the defense, for calling those plays of being aggressive and trying to stop the run. And, you're playing man to man and Baylor's just going to, because the thing is if you throw the ball at AJ 90% of the time is knocking it down. Rodarius is also doing the same, but they just picked on Jarek Bernard. Wherever Bernard went on the field, that was the receiver that they threw to, and he took it to the house. And it's because that position was Malcolm Rodriguez, and Malcolm Rodriguez had to move from safety to linebacker to fill that slot because Calvin Bundage. And that's the craziest story of all, is that I haven't heard anything of Calvin. I heard of Calvin Bundage before the season started. I heard rumors that Calvin was going to be back for Texas. Never showed up then. It was a back issue. That's all they said. There's no injury report.
Let's just
or
say,
anything
wait,
going
time
on.
out. Nothing is ever back for Texas. Texas is never back. Texas
Yeah.
will never be back. Texas is not back.
No, I'm talking about.
I just want to make that clear.
Calvin Bundage is back.
They almost lost to
Injured.
Kansas. I mean, I know we're
That-
segueing
yeah.
hard, but if we keep talking about Oklahoma State, we're probably going to talk about it the whole episode.
Yeah.
Texas is not back. They
Yeah,
almost got beat
Texas.
by Kansas. That
Whew.
was. I was rooting so hard for Kansas.
Oh, dude, they had it too. When they made the 2-point conversion, I was like, they legit are
Had it.
now in the money. Like they.
And the fact that they lost on the last second field goal, that
Yeah,
just sucks.
it's
I
just
mean,
like when you go to the bottom of your ESPN app and you see like the 100%.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
the 0 line and the 200s, and the line goes, dude. When Kansas hit that 2-point conversion, the line just instantly flipped Kansas's way,
yeah,
and you're like,
it
oh,
was crazy. That was a crazy game.
yeah, nuts.
A little bit on Ohio State, I obviously, but like legitimately, I think they're the best team in the country. It's almost clear cut. I mean, I have it here.
Dude, honestly,
Ohio State has the best scoring differential. They have the best yardage differential. They have one of the best strength of schedules. They're second with yards per play. I mean, on the offense. I mean, their defense ranks in the top 10 for basically every category on both sides of the ball.
yeah.
It's insane. Like, I mean, what are your thoughts?
think you're
I mean,
top-
I think Justin Fields is the real deal, and I said it at the beginning of the year. I've been saying it. A group of our friends that we talk about football with, Ryan Day, Justin Fields' first year, no one said it was going to click, except for me. I said it was going to be all right. I said they're going to be all right, and
Yeah.
they're doing actually a lot better than all right.
Yeah. Well,
A lot better
I
in that
think
defense.
what's helping out too is from OSU, Mike Yursich, up there with Ryan Day.
Oh, stop trying to take credit.
I mean, dude, hey, the
If he
Fields.
couldn't win there, he's not gonna
Look about this. Think about this.
He's
when
he's
you
helping,
watch-
obviously, yes.
Think about this though. When you watch the spring game, Justin Fields did not play well.
Well, yeah, he was
That
there
was
2 weeks.
before.
He was there 2 weeks though.
Yeah, that was that was before Yursich really got a hold of him. When Yursich
Well, yeah,
went
but
to Ohio
like
State,
you could have said that with any offensive coordinator because he's only. That's like saying like here's a textbook. You have 2 weeks to know it all. It's like
Yeah.
you're not going to, and when you go take the test, it's going to show. You know,
but I mean,
that's the same
honestly,
thing with him. He got the playbook 2 weeks later. They had a test, and it was like you obviously don't know much of this playbook.
yeah,
And guess what? Now, 6 months later or 8 months later, whatever it
Yeah.
is, he's showing out. He should be number one in the Heisman if he's not. I actually saw an ESPN poll, which screw ESPN with their SEC bias. They had a poll. They didn't even have him in the top 4. They still had Trevor Lawrence in there. They still had
yeah,
Tua.
Trevor Lawrence. Why would you have Trevor Lawrence?
I
in
mean,
there?
I get it. He's good, but like not this year. He's having a sophomore
his
slump.
numbers are terrible.
Next year, he might win Heisman.
Yeah,
Except for Justin Fields does good again.
yeah. I don't know if I have Justin Fields as my Heisman favorite right now, but I mean, he's in the mix. You know,
What about
he's-
Ohio State overall though? Like what's?
Oh, Ohio State overall, yeah, they're probably the best team in the country right now.
Yeah, I think
They're
it's-
top 5 in both offense and defense. No matter what stat you look at,
Yeah.
total offense,
I
passing
said top 10
offense,
just
it
to
doesn't
give a
matter.
little leeway, but I honestly think
No,
they are
they're
top.
No,
I
their
saw stats.
defense
They were like
is
2-2-2-1-2 for
Yeah.
a certain set of stats.
like when you look at total offense, total defense. The last time I looked, Ohio State had the 2nd ranked total defense in the country and like the 3rd or 4th ranked total offense in the country,
and
and that is absurd.
their scoring differential is only at it's at 41.7 per game now. Like they're plus 41.7 for their scoring differential. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just-
crazy.
I mean, they're not just beating people; they are dropping insane numbers, and
Yeah.
they're holding teams to nothing. They held
Yeah.
Northwestern to a field goal.
I think the thing about Ohio State too is we'll see what if you guys swamp Wisconsin. If you guys beat Wisconsin by like 40, then
I mean, speaking
think
of
it's over,
Wisconsin, them losing to Illinois actually hurts us
yeah,
because like having that, obviously that would have been
crazy
game day.
Yeah,
Because game day this weekend is
North Dakota State,
yeah,
South
some
Dakota State.
FCS
Yeah.
teams. But I mean, Wisconsin, Ohio State would have been game day.
Yeah, that would
In
have
the
been.
shoe top 5 matchup, maybe
Yeah.
Wisconsin probably would have still stayed 6.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have jumped OU.
I feel like that was one of those things that Wisconsin, they tried to coast because they're like, oh, dude, we got to go play in the shoe next week. Let's
yeah, they were trying to rest. and
everybody
take it easy.
rest and take it easy.
Yeah.
Like Illinois is not that big.
That's
of
the
an
one thing that
opponent.
scares me though.
And then so that's what I'm saying though is that's like yeah, it's crazy that Illinois won it, but I still believe Wisconsin is a really good football team.
Yeah, I'm not underestimating them. I actually thought that the spread, I think you said the spread was, I didn't see it, but the spread was like 13.5 or 14.
Yeah.
I actually think that's a little high. I don't think this game, and I obviously hope I'm wrong. You know, I'm putting my hopes on it. But I think there's a chance this game is a 10-point game.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
because of that,
well-
I mean, I think our defense will stop them, and if they do stop them early, we'll just house them. You know,
yeah.
but
The good thing
if
is
that
is
running
this
gets
is-
off, if Jonathan Taylor gets off and breaks away and has a big first,
Yeah.
few drives, it's going to be tough to slow
Well,
him down.
I feel-
Specifically him. Everyone else, I think we're going to take it easy. And I think our offense is good enough that their defense can't do much about it. So it's really just a
Yeah.
matter of stopping
I don't
Jonathan
know.
Taylor.
I mean,
I'm
dude,
actually, you know what? Now that I
this-
said it all, I'm actually not worried. 13.5, we're going to win by 23.5.
Yeah. I mean,
I just
this is
totally
your first
flip-flopped
test.
that, yeah.
This is
It
your
is a
first
test.
test.
But
So we'll see what
just like,
happens with
you know,
Ohio State.
just
I mean,
like every test I've ever taken, I get hundreds. So, moving on.
you want to do
what
last-
did we
last
have
week?
go over last week. I don't have it.
So
here.
last week, it was 31 me, 23 you. For game day, I picked Michigan. You picked Penn State, and Michigan looked like they were going to get blown out in that game. And I was unsure if it was homecoming. It ended up being homecoming, the whiteout. And dude, that start of the game, I was like, I was unsure about the Michigan pick at first, and then the start of the game, I was like, "Oh man, I'm so dumb." And then the game went on, and Michigan came back, made it a ball game, and ended up winning.
Fuck you, Penn State. I hope we fuck your world up in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it is. Like, seriously, Michigan sucks. How did you not? What was the spread on that?
9.
9? I was gonna say 6.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
it
even
would've-
still, dude, how do you not beat Michigan by 10? Like, they suck, dude.
And Michigan might freaking lose next week to Notre Dame, but that would be for another thing. So then,
Dude, I can't say it. Can't say it.
we'll save it for next.
Yeah.
And then we both missed our dogs. I took Old Dominion at UAB plus 16. They didn't hit.
So you
and-
lost a point.
No, it's just a dog.
They were plus 16?
Yeah.
I thought you said they were plus 20. I could have been wrong. I might be thinking about week 4.
Yeah. Arizona. You took Arizona State at Utah.
Yeah, that was a stupid bet.
Yeah, they didn't hit either.
They did not hit. Didn't they get beat outright?
Yeah. They got but
Obviously.
they're a dog.
Well, yeah, duh. That was a stupid question. No,
But they got swamped.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They got swamped. Yeah.
Yeah, they lost pretty handily. And then both of our locks, I took Florida at South Carolina. They covered. And you took Boise State at BYU, and they did not.
That Boise State losing to BYU. I mean, I'm gonna have to rewatch these, but I took BYU earlier in the year, and I'm pretty sure they didn't cover, right? If I remember correctly.
I
think
so,
I've taken
yeah.
them twice. They covered once. They didn't cover the second time. And the second time, when they didn't cover, it was a way that screwed me so much. They just screwed me again. Boise State should have won that game. They should have covered that game. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm done with last week. I moved on. Last week doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Like, there's no proof.
So this week, I'm at 34 points, and you're at 23 points. So
I need 13 points this weekend.
You did not gain any points last week.
I need 13 points this
And
weekend.
I gained.
All right. Well, let's start off
3.
with our locks. Who are you taking for a lock?
Surprisingly enough, I'm gonna take Texas. Texas at TCU.
That's almost a pick 'em though.
Yeah, I know, but
Dude, I hope so
but
bad that
here's the thing.
I hope so bad that Texas wins by 1.
yeah,
Because then
and
they won't cover.
screws me.
Yeah,
But
I
here's
just
the
want
thing.
you to get screwed by
How
a
is
point,
that a
dude.
pick'em game? Like how? TCU's offense is terrible.
Is
like,
it
they
because
have-
is it
I
because
understand- Yeah, it's at TCU.
it's at TCU?
But Jalen Rager is the only dude on that team holding it down. Their offense is garbage. Yeah, their defense is, Gary Patterson, blah, blah, blah. But Texas, statistically on paper and everything, is so much better of a team. It's unbelievable. And,
Yeah, but
How's
Texas
it
is
a
not
pick 'em
back.
game?
I think the
well, I understand.
gambling. I think the gambling gods are finally realizing, like,
Well,
hey,
yeah.
all right, Texas is not back.
I
Let's
mean,
pump
yeah,
the brakes.
if Texas is playing Iowa State, I would say, yeah.
Dude, they
they're gonna get
barely beat
swamped.
Kansas. They beat Kansas by 2.
I know.
If they put Texas and Kansas at a Texas -2, you would be saying the same thing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just reverse it a week. You're setting a trap for yourself, and because Kansas sucked even worse than TCU, and they made it a 2-point
Hey,
game.
it might not work out. But as of right now, I
The
feel...
but what I'm saying is your whole argument got proved wrong last week because they lost by 2 to a team that's worse than TCU.
Well, they did win. Okay?
They got
TCU is not winning at this moment. So we'll see what happens.
Kansas didn't win, but the spread was, or it was a 2-point game.
I
Like,
mean, trust me,
if
dude.
they would have had originally before the Kansas Texas game, if that would have been a 2-point spread, you would have been losing your shit the same way you are now.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
All right, just
But
want to make sure.
But as of today, and I could be wrong,
I think you are.
I mean, dude,
I
I
hope
don't know.
TCU loses by 1. What's the spread, right? 2?
Yeah, it's 1 or 2.
No,
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
moved
2. I
around.
think because I was looking at that game to pick as a lock as well.
You're giving me all this, that whole speech That whole
But
thing.
I was gonna
and
take
now
TCU.
you're
I was gonna take TCU.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna take TCU. So
It's
it
a
is
pick-em game.
It's a 2-point spread. Texas is favored by 2.
Okay.
I hope Texas wins by 1.
Yeah.
I want you to just barely lose that game.
Yeah. Get there.
Yeah, just because of all this.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be like that shouldn't have been a 2-point game,
Yeah.
and they lose by
You'll-
1. Or
liter-
Texas wins by 1.
Yeah. Texas has a game-winning drive, goes for 2, and wins.
My lock of the week is a team that screwed me last week. I don't know why I do it, but I am addicted to taking teams that I've taken before that don't do me any favors. I'm going to take number 6, Penn State, at -6.5 at Michigan State. I know it's tough. I know it's risky. I know they didn't cover the spread last week. And they got. I
Yeah.
think Penn State is using this game as a prove-it game. Even though it's not. They think it is a prove-it game. They think it's a prove-it game, but it's not a prove-it game.
Yeah. Who knows, man? We'll see
I
if
think
they
Penn
gassed
State covers
out, maybe?
6.5 at Michigan State.
Yeah.
That's my lock of the week. And guess what? If it doesn't hit, 1 point that I need. All right, I need
Yeah.
that point.
And guess what? I'm not gonna give you crap about your pick. Okay. I think that pick is all right.
I wasn't giving you crap about the actual pick. I was giving the crap about the logic behind your pick, because the logic is flawed in the sense that if you would have used the same logic last week with the same spread, it would be
Yeah.
the same argument. That
But-
you got proven wrong big time.
But most of the time, though, that turns out to be true.
I'm taking Penn
Crazy
State. You're
things
taking
happens.
a team. I'm taking Penn State that I took last week. You're taking a team that last week lost in your own argument. The argument that you're using this week, they lost that argument last week. So we're both taking teams from last week that are fucking with our heads.
Yeah.
So-
we'll see what happens.
You got Texas at -2. I got Penn State at -6 and a
So-
half. 6.5. 6.5.
So we'll do, instead of doing North Dakota State, South Dakota State, because
What was the spread on that, by the way? Did you know?
the ESPN
There
didn't
was
even
no spread.
release
That
it.
was
I
our
mean,
predicament.
this
Let's just pick it. Let's just pick it here. Who are you taking?
North Dakota State. Absolutely.
I'm taking it. Fuck. We're not using it as a points thing, but I'm taking South Dakota State.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't even know what
Here's the difference between them. North Dakota State has a
yeah, but I took South Dakota State at the beginning of the year, so I have to take them
Yeah.
again. Hopefully they cover something. I don't know.
that might have been an accident, but we'll just slide right on past that. You might have thought they were North Dakota
I
State.
did, yes.
Yeah.
But now I'm giving them a chance to redeem themselves.
Okay. Well, so here's the difference. North Dakota State, they're
This is their
traditional
redemption,
passion house. Like, they have a bunch of national titles. South Dakota State is also really good. They're like number 2 or number 3 in FCS, something like that. They're always in the mix with them. The only problem is South Dakota State has a loss. North Dakota State doesn't. The spread, I'm sure Vegas or
Let's put our own spread on.
something.
What do you want the spread to be? North
I
Dakota State is obviously going to be favored.
Yeah.
And maybe you say something and I'm like, nah, that's not
I mean,
enough.
dude, it's basically like a 1-2 matchup, 1-3 matchup, something like that.
So
Probably like a, I don't know. I mean,
let's do a 4.5 or a 5.5 point spread.
no, let's do like a 3-point spread.
3.5.
All right,
Four.
3.5.
Four.
4.
4 points?
Yeah,
4.5?
No.
Oh, fuck. All right. A 4-point spread.
4-point spread.
I
North
got
Dakota
plus 4.
State. Yeah, you
I
got
got
plus.
+4. And you know what? Fuck it. We'll just do it for points too. I'm down. I need points. I need something. Hopefully
Yeah.
I got some good juju. South Dakota State, please create this upset. Please. It's game day.
It's in South Dakota.
It's in South Dakota. Thank you for that. It's in South Dakota. Please give me the points. Moving on.
Other game day.
Game day. Which
is our game day, not some FCS
this
random game day.
The Jake and Bake game day. We will not be at location. We will not have a game day show. This is our game day show. Welcome to game day. Number 2, LSU is at home with Auburn. Number 9 Auburn coming in to visit. And the spread is -11 LSU. What do you got? I got LSU.
Yeah, that sucks. I have LSU too.
That's okay.
That sucks, man. Well, my thing is 11's a lot.
I think LSU is. I think Auburn is a fraud.
I don't know about their fraud. I just think Auburn is a really good team. They've had ups and downs this season. They have a true freshman quarterback that's been playing really well.
I should have looked at the over/under. But do you think this is a high scoring or low scoring game?
Oh, it's gonna be a high scoring game, just because of like Auburn. Like,
this is actually very key. It's an afternoon game. It's a 3:30 game or 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Game. It's not a night game.
Yeah, it's
So
weird.
you're not going into Death Valley at night. You're going into Death Valley primetime shopping.
I don't want to go to Death Valley on a Tuesday at 11 a.m. I don't give a crap. Going into Death Valley is bad. It's bad news any which way. It's
I
where
don't even want to
dreams.
Google. I don't even want to look it up on Google.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So all right. So we both. You know what? No, I can't do it. I can't lose the points. I can't give you points. I got to take LSU. All right. So moving on to our dogs. I'll go first. I'm using this game as some sort of awakening game. I need answers and I need points. Points. The last time I actually requested points from a team, they put up a 0. They put up a goose egg from UMass. I'll never take UMass again. Never. But this week, I am going to take plus 13.5 Colorado at home versus USC. At home, you got to think the air difference.
yeah. That thin air is gonna make that big of a
And if they were
difference.
smart, they would get the USC players to go out and party the night before.
And you never know, SC
Which
might,
they're already going to do anyway, USC party.
and there's speculations of SC throwing all their games so they could fire their coach and get Urban Meyer, because there's speculation that Urban Meyer's purchased
Double
a
down,
home.
I'd take Colorado again.
Yeah, Urban Meyer bought a house in L.A. like a week ago or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, he's probably going to go, dude. He already...
Yeah,
his
I don't
literally week 1, he said, yeah, I miss college football.
Yeah.
Week 1, dude, you couldn't wait till like week 7?
Yeah.
Like, no shit, you miss college football. He'll be back coaching, whether it's at USC, Notre Dame, Tennessee, whatever the case. He'll be back, whatever. I moved on. We got Ryan Day and Justin Fields. We are number 1. We're number 1, bitches. So
We'll see.
I
We'll
got
see.
Colorado plus 13.5.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
it's
good
a
one.
Friday night game.
Yeah, Friday's cool.
Friday night games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I dig Friday night games.
So who you got?
Well, I got to beat a curse.
Yeah,
Yep, the curse.
the Curse of Bambino.
Nope.
I was gonna say because that was broken.
It's
a few
the
years
good
ago. Whoa,
old.
Jake. Whoa, what are you doing? This is a kids show.
It's the curse of Bill Snyder. I
What the
got
hell?
K-State plus 23.5 in Manhattan.
Damn. All right, so you're taking Superdog?
Taking a super dog against OU.
I hope my lock hits because that's not gonna hit. That's not gonna hit. There's no way.
Oh, dude. The curse of Bill Snyder is over. He never beat OU in Manhattan. Bill Snyder is gone. First year coach. They're going to get it done.
Do you think if they beat OU at home, Bill Snyder comes back again?
No. Then
He's like, hey, nope. Gotta bring
then
the curse
it'll
back.
be all those K-State fans will be super pumped and super happy because they'll be like, oh, we should have got rid of Snyder years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, it's one of those
23 and a
things.
half, huh?
23.5.
Against that OU offense.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
did you see their Boomer Schooner thing fell over the other
I
last
did
week?
see that. The
Were you
the
hurt?
Schooner.
Were you worried?
No comment.
All right. I mean, I
No
can't
comment
make,
about that.
I mean,
I
comment.
I don't wish injury on anybody, but I will say
Yeah.
there was a chuckle.
Yeah.
I did have a chuckle or two.
All right. Well,
why do they still do that? They got it's fallen over multiple times in history. They've gotten 15
dude,
yards.
if you don't risk it for the biscuit, you won't get the biscuit.
They've gotten 15-yard penalties because the Schooner gets stuck in the field. Like, they can't get it off the field. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah. See, the cool
like-
thing about Bullet is he won't get stuck in the field,
Yeah.
and if he
Cool
does,
thing-
then we're in trouble.
Yeah, the cool thing about Bullet is the only thing that's ever happened with Bullet is Bullet, when he's brand new, sometimes bucks the rider off. and
Yeah,
then
but that's
takes off.
part of the entertainment for the fans.
So
They
Bullet
like
has
it.
never been on the field. The rider has been a couple times.
Bullet's on the field every time he runs out there.
I understand that, but he runs off the field.
All right, technicalities. And with that, week 9 is moving forward. Thank you for watching. Comment below what your teams are doing, what your picks are. You know, if you think our picks are stupid and his picks are stupid and my picks are good, because
Hey, I'm winning. I'm winning right now.
yeah, win and schmin, and don't hold on to that. There's
Dubs
more.
and dubs.
There's 4 more weeks left.
Dubs and dubs.
So come back next week. We'll be back with all these recaps. We'll see if Jake's K-State pick hit or not. And Colorado, please give me some points. I need some dog points. Thank you. Until next time.
Go Wildcats.